Hello students. Today now we are starting with same sum but with formula number 3. As per discussion in last lecture, we have decided that in next lecture we are doing same sum with the third formula. But as per my nature, always when I am starting the lecture, repetition of last lectures is must be compulsory, and that's why I start with the formulas. Carl Pearson method, and Carl Pearson has a given formulas. From that formulas we are using here 3 formulas. Now again I am repeating the formula. Just understand, this is your last chance to hear formula from my side. This is your last chance, and I think after that you don't need to understand the formula. Now I start with the first formula. R is equal to sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar divide by under root sigma x minus x bar square second under root sigma y minus y bar square. Again I repeat, because it's the last chance. Again I repeat, sigma x minus x bar y minus y bar upon under root sigma x minus x bar square second under root sigma y minus y bar square. Second formula, R is equal to n sigma xy, again I repeat, n sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y divide by under root n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square second under root n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. Again I repeat, n sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y under root n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square second under root n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. Now how we can find third formula? Simplest method. Replace x by u and y by v. We get third formula, last formula. By these two formulas, this same sum is already solved. Now we are starting with the third formula. So n sigma uv minus sigma u sigma v divide by under root n sigma u square minus sigma u whole square second under root n sigma v square minus sigma v whole square. Now today this same sum which is given by Kamal sir, not given in your textbook. So this same sum we are doing with the third formula. Now again I repeating one thing, that is how we are starting with the sum. So first read the sum, then decide which formula you need to use. Here I use third formula. So first of all write the formula. So this formula I am writing here. So first step, write the formula. Now think please. What is the requirement? Which columns are required? So first we need n. Now you know n means what? Number of observation, that is 5. All of you know. All of you know. Clear? Sigma UV. So first of all, don't see sigma. We need U into V. Now for U into V, like X into Y. So here in this question, XY is given. Sir, UV is not given in question. In question, XY is given. UV is not given. So first of all, to multiply U and V, we should have U and V. So first step is to find U into V. U and V. Then after we find UV, sigma U. Next thing we need sigma U, sigma V. For that we have to U. So today, what is our first step? How to find U? What is the value of U? How we can find the value of U? So now see here. First of all, remember in first sum, what we have done? We have find x minus x bar. We have find x minus x bar. From all the values of x, I deducted x bar. This x bar. X bar is 5. In first question, first sum. In first sum, I have deducted 5. From all the values of x, 5 is deducted. But whenever at that time we are finding x minus mean, we can say x minus mean. X bar is a mean. But whenever we are finding u and v, then by using x we can find value of u. How we can find u? So u is equal to x minus a, not x minus x bar. X bar means mean value, but here a means assume value. You are deducting assume value from all the values of x, then we will get u. So whenever we are deducting assume value from x, then we get u. And that's why in the formula also I told you what? Replace x by u. Why? Because by using x we can find u. Here by deducting any value, any assumed value from x, we can find u. Same way, instead of y, write v. So here by using y we can find v. So that is our important thing. By using values of x, from all the values of x, we are deducting any assumed value. You can assume any value. No problem about it. We can deduct any value. If you want to deduct 1, then 1. 3, then 3. 5, then 5. 7, then 7. 9, then 9. If even you want to deduct 2, here 2 is not given. Even you can deduct 2 because it's assumed. You can assume anything. Whatever you are deducting, answer will be same. Answer will not change anyway. And that is the important thing you need to understand here. So here in this, actually what Kamal sir has done, now see here. From all the values of x, I assuming 3 as a. I assuming a is equal to 3. And from all the values of x, I deducting 3. So 1 minus 3, 3 minus 3, 5 minus 3, 7 minus 3, 9 minus 3. From all the values of x, I deducting 3. So 1 minus 3, answer is minus 2. 3 minus 3, answer 0. 5 minus 3, 2. 7 minus 3, 4. 9 minus 3, 6. So I get u. If I deduct assumed value from all the values of x, then whatever value is, listen, it's a u. Same way, same situation for y also. If I deduct any assumed value from y, then I get value of v. Now I make original sum because minus 3 is actually not given. So 3, a is equal to 3. Now we are talking about u. How we can find u? Again, assume value. Now suppose I assume here 2. So from all the values of y, I deducting 2. From all the values of y, I deducting 2 and getting value of v. So 2 minus 2 answer is 0. 4 minus 2 answer is 2. 6 minus 2 answer is 4. 8 minus 2 answer is 6. 10 minus 2 answer is 8. Now again, I erasing minus 2 because originally minus 2 is not given. And this is the assumption. It is second assumed value is determined as a b. So here u is equal to x minus a, assumed value a. V is equal to y minus b, assumed value b. So it's the values of v. Now sum is very easy. Now there is no problem to solve the sum because we have value of u and value of v. Like last time, what sum we have done, xy given, multiplication of xy, x square and y square we had find. In this sum, uv is found and now we can find uv, u square, v square because in this formula we need sigma uv. So first we have to find uv, then after total of that sigma v. By making total of u, we get sigma u. By making total of v, we get sigma v. So sigma u and sigma v. And sigma u and sigma v we can find. Divide by root n sigma u square. Now what about n sigma u square? So n is 5, which we know. Now sigma u square. So first of all we need to find u square. So here u given, u square we need to find. Same way v square we need to find. Now uv given, multiplication of both, minus 2 into 0, 0. 0 into 2, 0. 2 into 4, 8. 4 6 are 24. 6 8 are 48. Total of this 80. It is denoted by sigma uv. It is called sigma uv because uv is find. Now total of that sigma uv. Same way we can find u square. So all the values of u given. Now we can find square of that. So minus 2 square 4, 0 square 0, 2 square 4, 4 square 16, 6 square 36. So 6 square 36. Now make total of this. We get sigma u square because it's a sigma u, it's a u square. Now we are making total sigma u square. Always remember that. Write sigmas in bottom of the column so that you can directly understand what is actually the value. Here I have written sigma x, sigma y, sigma u, sigma v, sigma uv, sigma u square, sigma v square, so that you can easily understand these are the values which are sigma of that particular column, and you can write easily, replace values easily in the formula. Now we are going ahead. Understand please. V square same as we find v square. 0 square 0, 2 square 4, 4 square 16, 6 square 36, 8 square 64, and total of that is sigma v square. Now my sum is very easy because I find all the things. Now in the formula we are replacing all the values. And 5 sigma uv. Sir, here sigma uv is 80. Total of uv is 80. So here 80 minus as it is. Sigma u. Sir, here sigma u 10. So 10. Sigma v 20. Then 20. Divide by first under root n 5 sigma u square. Sir, sigma u is equal to 60. Sigma u square is equal to 60. So 60 here minus sigma u whole square. So sigma u 10 and 10 whole square. Same way, second root n is equal to 5. Sigma v square is equal to 120 minus as it is sigma v whole square. Then sigma v is given 20 whole square. Now up to this level, everybody can solve easily the sum. But some students are there which cannot understand how to solve ahead, and that students are only 5%. I know, but for that 5% also I have to work for them, and that's why today is the last day I explaining how to solve sum after this level, after this step, how to solving the sum. That is, today is the last day, because from the next lecture I will not explaining anything after this step. I will tell you at that time up to this level it is solved. Now next steps are done by you yourself, because this is the last lecture in which I explaining how to solving this sum ahead, and for that 5% students only, because 95% student I know very well, all can solve easily after that steps, but for that 5% student I try to explaining them. Now understand please easily. Here 5 into 80. First step is 5 into 80. So answer is 400 minus as it is 10 into 20. Answer is 200. Divide by first root. Now in first root, first calculate 5 into 60. So 5 into 60 is equal to 300. 10 square, 10 into 10, 100 minus sign as it is, no change is there. Second under root n, 5 into 120, 5 into 120, 600 minus as it is 20 square is equal to 400. 20 into 20 square, 400 is equal to 400 minus 200, answer is 200. Divide by 300 minus 100, root 200. 600 minus 400, 200. Now multiplication of root 200 and root 200, which we have done in last lecture also, answer is 200. 200 divided by 200, answer is 1. Now answer is same in all the three situations, that is proved here. You can use any formula in any sum in your given textbook, which will be asked in your examination in 5 marks. Now, very important thing, I am talking about weak students. If some students have a problem of sign, minus sign and plus sign, and multiplication of that, then one suggestion from my side is, whenever you are deducting any value from the x, then select lowest value. Giving the example, suppose y values are 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10 is given. Now from this all the values, lowest value is 2. If I selecting 2, then deducting 2 from all the values of y, and y minus 2, then see here, all the values are positive. And in first, when I find u, at that time what would be the situation? From x I have deducted 3. From all the values of x we have deducted 3. Then 1 minus 3, answer is negative, minus 2. If anybody has a problem of sign, then they can assume lowest value. And by selecting lowest value, they will get only positive values in u and v. And if positive values of u and v are given, then multiplication of that, square of that becomes easy for that particular students. Now, last thing what I need to discuss, same sum is next time done with different method, that is called scatter diagram method. By using scatter diagram method also, if we are solving this sum, answer will be 1. I am sure after that you are clear about the sum. Now it means this sum I can say Brahmastra for your chapter. After doing this sum by 4 methods, 3 methods are complete, 3 formulas are used already. That is very easy. If you can understand easily, if you want to understand easily, see my 3 videos. And in next lecture, definitely this sum, same sum is done with scatter diagram method. Then after all the sums, you can solve from your textbook, which are of Carl Pearson method. Thank you very much. We are seeing in you next lecture.